5 years? Just stick with what you know.
Tomorrow?
Hey! I can't! Tomorrow! Jesus. Too many cockheebers. DANGERFIELD Dangerfield.
Intermission.
Just one thing I want to say before we get into this. I didn't quite understand that it was all on a tablet. So you read the tablet and you get the bells and whistles on the tablet. Because they were demonstrating it to the dragons, they had it on a separate screen. And maybe it's because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and it's been a long week. I just missed that. But I think it's only fair to say that I got that wrong whilst watching the pitch. But that doesn't make any difference. This is very, very awful. Look what the first comment on the YouTube version of it says. Enjoy.
I'm feeling excited. Obviously, we want to get this out to the world, because that's why we're here today, and that's what we're going to do.
Oh, he's got it. He's a tough man.
Okay, mate, we've got to smash this now.
Okay, so he's ordered, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, we've got to smash this. So because we know this show, we know they're building them up. And why do they build pictures up? For a fall, which is exactly what we want. I mean, it is also interesting to sometimes see pictures bring a product to market, be successful, have a good idea, and that's also good. But the absolute catastrophes are more entertaining, let's just be honest. You know, it's people falling over and they're doing it on telly. Crack on.
We're very confident about the product and about our ability as well.
We feel that we could work best with Deborah, really, and hopefully we make an impression on her.
Here we go.
Okay, so who have we got in the den? Tuka, Sarah, Meaden, Lavani, Paphitis. This is quite recent. Couple of years old, I'm guessing. I should have checked. Apologises.
The Little Dragon.
Whoa. That's not a good start. If you've got a child's product, you don't pitch to adults as if they're children. You pitch to them as if they're adults about the child's product. This is a terrible start. And this will be awkward. This presentation, this bit of it is going to be awkward.
Opened his eyes. The sun was high up in the sky. He jumped straight out of bed, put on his socks.
I mean, how boring is this? The silence is crippling my eardrums. There's no excitement here. There's no sort of effervescent, oh yeah, we've got something, we want to get someone on board. The dragon put on his socks. Okay, so it's a book with a video feature. Sort of like the internet if it was invented in the 1940s.
Then raced out of the door as fast as he could, joining his friends on their way to the Dragon Academy.
Welcome to Yap Books, the future of reading for children.
The future of reading? What's it called? Yap Box. Okay, Yap Box. The future of reading is a terrifying thing for anyone to say. Hello, we're the Ministry of Knowledge.
We're here today to ask for an investment of £100,000 in return for 5% equity in the company.
Oh, so that's £2 million pounds. Do you remember in the 80s that thing, Speak and Spell? It was like a little handheld thing and you spoke and you spelled. Speak and spell. This is the speak and spell 2.0, but they reckon it's worth 2 mil. Now, to value a company about that much, you're going to be looking at turning over about, well, at least 4 mil, 3.5 mil, and that's if you've got high margins. And I don't think they will. I don't think they'll have anywhere near that.
With me is Ben, the founder of the Yap Books app, and my name's Lee, and I focus on the marketing and communication for the business.
We can tell because you've got your marketer's glasses on from 1986, Biggins.
So Yap Books is a first-to-market, voice-enhanced reading and learning app for children.
Whoa. I mean, look, you want to be able to explain your product as simply as possible, 2 or 3 words. Listen to that rambling sort of nonsense. This is what he chose. Look at his face, look. Terrifying bloke. Absolutely terrifying sociopath. Listen to how he chose, with the time, he had all the time in the world, he had note paper and pens and computers and chat GPT, well maybe not, I mean if this was COVID times, judging by the divider and that, a couple of years ago, this is how he decided to describe his product. Listen to this.
So Yap Books is a first-to-market, voice-enhanced reading and learning app for children.
A first-to-market, voice-enhanced reading and learning app for children. Just piffle.
Encouraging them to read stories aloud, triggering animations and sound effects perfectly in time with their words and imagination.
Yeah, why? Can you tell me why?
Creating a much more interactive reading experience for thousands.
More interactive, what, than reading? You've actually made it less interactive though, haven't you? Because if you read a book where there's no noises and no graphics, you have to interact with the book. You have to imagine those things. But if you're providing them, then it's less interactive. These fellas have confused using a computer with interactive because they're not very bright. It's less interactive, blatantly. It's taking people away from the notion of interpretive text, which is reading. Thanks. Let's make our children even more stupid.
Thousands of children worldwide.
So I started Yap Books to help my son with his speech development, creating a simple prototype where he could see a response to his words by being able to trigger animation.
And the reason Theo's got that look on his face is because he spent the last 30 years listening to this kind of garbled sort of late 80s marketing spiel. You know, he's not actually saying anything. He's just ticking boxes, get the keywords in there. And, you know, it's so out of date. And the den just feels dead. I mean, I know Tuca's in there, so at least a fifth of it already is, but come on, this is dry as hell.
On voice. This helped.
I'm just going to let us hear that whole line again. Hang on.
Could see a response to his words by being able to trigger animations on voice. And this helped to encourage his speech, giving him the confidence to read aloud.
Oh, now it's about encouraging his speech. I thought it was an interactive reading. Okay, they don't know. This is rubbish.
And now Yap Books is making a big impact on the edtech sector.
Like books, but far, far worse.
Earning itself 5 prestigious awards in its first year. Now we intend to monetize our product for...
Industry awards are nothing. Industry awards are funded by the industry that gets the awards. It's like a self-fulfilling sort of backslapping routine. You know, never trust them.
The introduction of in-app book purchases, book vouchers, and reading subscriptions for homes and schools.
Subscription models, notoriously difficult to maintain subscriptions for a very simple reason. People change. They don't want to make a decision that's going to last 12 months or 6 months. And children are changing at an incredible rate of knots. You know, you're not going to want to say to your kid, all right, for Christmas this year, we're going to get you this book and 12 more for every month, but you're not going to get a birthday or an Easter, or because there's quite a lot of money to subscribe. The kid's going to go, nah, no, just get me one. I'll have a look at it. If I want another one, I'll tell you at the end of the month. If you can get if you can get a subscription service working, then you're absolutely coining it, but they ain't.
And that's why we're here today, to ask for your support and investment in order to get this out to as many different children as we can.
He's just a wall of words, that bloke. A wall of words and no meaning whatsoever.
Thanks for your time.
So bored.
A voice-enhanced reading app for children is the offering from Ben Ridgway and Lee Johnson, who are seeking £100,000 in return for a 5% share in their company. How will the duo's attempt to synthesise screen time with study sit with multi-millionaire mum Sarah Davies?
I'll tell you, Al, by looking at her expression then.
Ben, Lee.
Hiya.
Hiya.
My thing with my 6-year-old is I struggle to get him to concentrate, and I really would struggle with him concentrating on the words and not what was going on the screen. Have you had that feedback much?
You'd have to ask a kid.
No, you should have asked a kid, or maybe a few thousand. That's incredible. What? Have you done your research? Have you put this thing through its paces? Do you know what affects? Do you know? Have you found out whether people like it? She asked him a very simple, fundamental question about the product. Do you find children are distracted by the images so they can't get back to the... you remember kids, go along with the finger or have a bit of paper under the line, but if you're looking up at a screen, you'll have to ask a kid. How much? What's your turnover this year? Now you'll have to ask a kid.
Really, whether they enjoy
I'm sure
that. Yeah.
My
Because
6-year-old would love to do that.
Well,
But I mean, Craigie, it takes us half an hour to get through a 20-page book as it is. We could be there all night.
Yeah. Well, leave them alone with it. They'll do it themselves, and you'll get.
Oh, that's lovely. I mean, just ignore your kids. I mean, I had a book of fairy tales when I was a kid. I'm trying to show you how big it was, but it weren't that big. But because I was tiny, like 4, it felt like the biggest book in the world. I used to carry it around with me. Some kids have like a teddy bear or a comfort blanket. I had my comfort book of fairy tales. Hans Christian Andersen, Brothers Grimm, they were all in there. And I absolutely adored it. And some of the most glorious and gorgeous and memorable moments of my childhood is where my mum, my dad, or my mum and dad would be sitting on my bed trying to get me to sleep, open that big book, and I knew all the stories off by heart, and they'd read them to me, and I knew what was coming, and it was magical, and it was mystical, and it was adventures. And I've talked about this on my channel on live streams. Those fairy tales dealt with all the things that kids are coming to terms with in a very brutal manner. It's about love, loss, abandonment, death. And that's having your mum and dad sitting there telling you stories about the things that, as a child, are quite frightening, is necessary. And is part of building the character of a child. This fella, just let them go and do it on their own. Take that away from them. Kids don't need attention from their parents, and if they start playing up, I'm sure that you can just get them written off as hyperactive and get them on the Ritalin. Well, there's an idea, Ben. Why don't we sell Ritalin with it, like as a bundle? Get a subscription model on ADHD meds.
Get the report. Kids are hooked on these things.
Oh, lovely. That's great. I'd like the idea of a child being obsessed with a book. I just told you that myself. But your choice of words, kids are hooked on these things. What crack?
It's not
the machetes.
Only about the book. It's about what new value this brings. So how can we increase comprehension? We can show them animation, we can show them a different unfolding of a story, so we can create smarter kids.
Do you know about movies? And if you're that bothered, just put English subtitles on. They can read and watch there. No subscription, you know, Pirate Bay.
But Tuka Suleiman is focused less on words and more on numbers.
So as far as your accounts are concerned, have you done a full year?
We're pre-revenue launching.
Tage, as I blocked him, as soon as they said that, he shut his eyes. If you didn't know the context, look at that picture of Tage there. You'd think he's fallen asleep after lunch, wouldn't you? He has just said, "Oh, get me out." That face is, "I'm not here. I'm not here." They're valuing their crappy little video book at £2 million. They haven't sold anything. They've sold none. No subscriptions, no, I don't know what it is, speak and spell, typewriter. Look, this is a nonsense.
Well, our revenue model is subscriptions.
And what do you think a parent will pay?
$3.99 for a single reader subscription and $7.99 for a family.
As a family, do I expect my child to continue month after month after month after month
Called it.
reading this way? Or do I want them to move on to reading a normal book out loud?
Yeah.
Which means after I've had the child do it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, I'm going to unsubscribe.
And the whole house of cards comes falling down. I can't wait to hear what he's going to say to that.
No, I don't. Why would you do that?
Because
Wouldn't it? No, why would you do that? What? No, not no, yes. Why would you do that? No, that's what Theo asked you. Why would you subscribe when you don't need to? I mean, just get one, end of the month to the kids. You want more of that? Yes, all right, get another one. No, well, good, don't. Why commit to 6 months, 12 months? Doesn't make any sense. It's like when I was a kid and my nan would buy me a record voucher. You know, just give me the money. I don't want a record voucher. I'm 5. You know, I wanted to buy an Action Man, but you've, out of everything in the world that I could have bought or put this money towards to buy, you've limited it to records that I don't listen to, and we haven't got a stereo anyway. You hateful old woman.
I'm now putting them on the journey to picking up a proper book.
I completely understand what you're saying, that children, and we know that children will progress on to older books and start reading, you know, traditional books or e-books if they need to. But we can put bigger books in there, you know, for older children. You know, there's a possibility to do that.
I don't know what he said then. It might just be the time of night, but what, you can put older books in and bigger book? You can put different books in? Oh, what, there's more than one book? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, all right then. Well, that's changed everything.
Okay.
In your financial model, what's the lifespan of a subscriber?
Well, they haven't sold any, so they haven't got a Danny LaRue.
Primary age children,
How
which
many?
there's 4.5
no,
million
that's
in the
not,
UK.
that's your target audience. What's your lifespan of a subscriber?
So our number is based on what we provide in the curriculum. So we provide books from 4 up to 8. That goes through early
What
years.
is the number? Just give me the number. The lifespan of a subscriber in your business model.
5 years?
You can't. 5 years? Hang on, so if you sign up for his subscription when you're 5, you're still going to be reading these bloody video dragon books when you're 10? No. No. I remember as kids we all got into those adventure game books. Do you remember them? What do you want to do? Slay the dragon with the sword and turn to page 64? Or run the other way and turn to page 22? alternatively cast a spell and you'd do it, and if you died you'd just go, oh no, I didn't want to really do that one. And everyone at school was talking about them and we all loved them. What was it? Usurper, I had Kingdom of the Forest of Doom. Put some of those adventure books in the comments. I'd love to be reminded of some. But 3 months later, that was it. That came and went. Because we were children, we were developing really fast and we wanted new things and we wanted change and difference because we were curious and we got bored with things very quickly because that's what children do, because they want to fill up their brains as they're developing. Not tie them into a bloody video book speak and spell contract for 5 years. 5 years? Let's see him answer it again.
Subscriber in your business model.
5 years?
You just made that 5 years up, didn't you?
Well, it's dependent on the content that we are putting it out. We're covering the primary...
You did, didn't you? Literally, you just went, Ben.
Who?
5 years?
Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, just watch this again. This is really interesting. Meaden's quite playful because they all know this is jank. They're all going, you made it up, didn't you? Suddenly there's a bit of life in the den. Suddenly it's come to life because something real has happened and humans can relate to authenticity. They don't like deception. They're very good at spotting it and they don't like it. Suddenly, oh, hang on, you just pulled that out of the blue. Everyone's... The picture, Ben or Lee or whatever his name is, he starts off, because he's also human, somewhere under those 250 you're the best, world's best entrepreneur by the end of the week books, there is a person. Watch this little transformation. It's amazing. He starts off quite happy that something authentic's happened, that people are chatting, that it's livened up a bit, but you see, when he understands the negative consequence of what's just happened, you slowly see his face change to that kind of, fuck you lot. Really? Fuck you lot. Because he knows it's shit. This is a blag. They've wasted a lot of time and a lot of money on it. And this is just another example in their 3 or 4 year quest of people showing no interest. But watch his face go from, oh yeah, it's quite funny, life's alright, humans are good, to watch.
You just went,
look,
Ben.
Laughing, look.
5 years?
Laughing. Fuck you lot. Did you see it? Did you see it? Incredible.
Ben and Lee, I think it's a good product. You know?
No, he doesn't. That really fey hand was a giveaway.
Emerging technology, the experience is immersive, which is good. But you've not got sales through it, though.
We've not monetized the product yet.
that is a point. That isn't, that is his whole angle in a nutshell. We haven't monetized it yet. That's another way of saying we haven't sold any yet.
We've had interest and we've had people sign up, but as yet we've had no in-app purchases.
Lee, you said you got people signed up.
What?
We've got 70,000 users on the platform.
Hang on a minute. So there's a website that you can sign up to, I suppose like a newsletter or something. What's in it for the people signing up? But none of them have bought anything. That doesn't look good, does it?
How many of the 70,000?
That's like having a shop full of people, and there's a bit of Zen sales going on. The sound of no-tills ringing.
Active users.
So we've got 3,000.
That is a very rapid decline. So you've got 70,000 people signed up, but 3,000 active users. But what? They haven't paid. So you've lost 67,000 people anyway, and you've got 3,000 left who are just on the free. That, it's the law of diminishing returns. the face of 67,000 uninterested punters. And that's the other 3,000 who I still haven't put the card. Shit. This is shit. Hang on, whoa, let me have some agua.
Guys, I've been on the fence and you just said something.
No, you haven't. I'm not going to say that either. She hasn't been on the fence. This has been no from the beginning.
Which made my decision for me. So you've got 70,000 people have access to this for free, and less than 5% of those are making use of it.
Oh, hang on. This is brilliant. It's like he's only just realised as well. So hang on. They've actually got... So the subscription is an option. You can actually just use it. You can get the book and the... I don't really know. Not because I've been interrupting, but maybe they badly edited it or they badly explained it. But there's 70,000 people who know of it, 3,000 who have got it, and none of them have subscribed. None of them want any more. And look at him, just realised. Look, that's the face of a man who's remortgaged his house one time too many.
So that makes me think about, well, what proportion of these people are going to use it if they're paying $3.99?
No, that is going to a very sharp point.
That statistic for me was the I'm off the fence and not on the side that you wanted me to be on. So I'm going to say those words.
Yeah, that's fine.
Those numbers is when you give up that business, you move on to something else. There's no shame in failing a business because of the amount of stuff you learn on the way there, which will better prepare you for your next business plan, your next business idea.
I'm out.
Ben and Lee.
Sorry, I've got to get that there. Hang on.
Ben.
I think these two know they're in trouble. I reckon they've spunked a load of money into this. I reckon they've spent a lot of time on it. And it's just, this is what happens to them wherever they pitch it. No one wants it. No one's interested. And they knew that as soon as it got to those numbers, this happens. This is a very familiar story for these people. I wonder when they... I wonder in the future when they tell people this story, there'll be bells and flashes going on in the background.
Ben and Lee have lost their first dragon as the low take-up
and sense of self-esteem for life.
Rate on their free samples causes Sarah Davies to decline the deal.
Ah, there you go. So they got a free sample and no one wanted more. No one. That is that. As far as conversions go, that's as bad as it gets. Zero.
The pair have already succeeded in making an impression on their dragon of choice. But will she share their vision for the future of learning?
The future of learning. The only learning that needs to happen is these two and this, and it not happening.
My kid's a brilliant reader now that we've done this. But if we can do that and we can encourage children to read, what parent is going to want to better their child's future?
The 3,000 out of the 70,000 you've already got signed up and given freebies to, for a start.
So, why are you still pre-revenue?
I've held back on rushing it to market, to starting to monetize it. Because I think when you have a product that doesn't fail, it's going to
More just corporate chat, just rubbish. I've held back. No, that's not how you work. That's not how business works. You start selling.
Get traction quicker.
Ben, I need to...
It's hardly a Lamborghini. It's not like something you've got to get perfect. It's not going to kill anyone. You know, you get it out there. You know, it needs testing, actually. So get it out there and improve upon it ASAP. Oh, I haven't monetized it yet. No one's no one's bought it yet.
Stop you. You're going into sale. You're moving into sales mode, which is not surprising.
There you go. She said it then. You're moving into sales mode, and that's all he's been doing, and it's really unpleasant.
I think it's your product. You're very passionate about it. But when does the button get pressed? When are you going to take your first pound?
5 years. Just stick with what you know.
Tomorrow?
Hey! I can't! Tomorrow! Jesus. Too many cockibers. Tomorrow was amazing. Tomorrow. He just said it. Tomorrow. I'm gonna rewind it so we get that again with the live response. That was blinding. Here we go.
When are you going to take your first pound?
Tomorrow?
Oh no, you just did that thing you did to Theo earlier.
I mean, it's ready. What I'm trying to say is it's ready. We've put the time in.
Different question. I get it's ready.
You said January.
Tuka, can you just... Tuka, I don't want your answers. I don't want to know what... I want Ben.
Oh my gosh. I mean, and this sort of weird... Tuka, don't want your answers. Old man, granddad, pissed after Christmas dinner. Shut up. This is all because of the horrible environment and attitude and sales spiel we've had since the beginning. This is like the bloke round here, my mum's house trying to sell us the fucking Kirby and showing us all the dead skin cells in our beds. It's like he would not leave. By the end of it, she was arguing with him. And I was like about 8 thinking, she ain't buying it, mate. Go on. Fuck off.
I'm trying
to say, look, what I'm trying to tell you is technically that product is ready. But if we just plan it properly, yes, January.
Oh, so not tomorrow. Random January. Randonary.
Ben, I've got to tell you, when you go back into the big wide world, you're going to have to learn how you present to an investor. And they don't just want the shiny answer. They want...
Oh, look at it. Look. So, again, in his head, he's thinking, don't talk to me about a big world, big wide world. You don't know where I've been. You don't know what I know. Don't talk. Who do you think you are, you very, very successful entrepreneur? And that is full of libidinal energy. And that can't just stay in there. When you're thinking things like that, there's one or two things that's going to happen. You're going to say them, or your body's going to say them. And watch how active his mouth is. You know, the only thing he isn't doing is talking, because the rest of his mouth, you know, he's just, you fucking bitch. That's really what's happening. That's what's happening. Watch.
And how you present to an investor, and they don't just want the shiny answer. They want to understand the actual...
That doesn't come from nowhere. It's aggressive as hell. Tej has gone back to sleep. Tej recognised it. You know, you don't need to know what that means because you respond to it. Tej has been in hundreds, if not thousands, of business meetings. He's seen people licking their lips. He's seen people pulling their mouths in. He's got a natural understanding of what it means, and it's unpleasant.
Path, and you haven't really put that across to me today. So I'm afraid I won't be investing. I'm out.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
A second dragon bows out.
I don't think I've seen a more unpleasant den than this. I mean, I've seen them have bigger arguments. I've seen more shouting, but this is... He's not a nice bloke.
Will Tej Lalvani be prepared to prioritise a promising piece of tech over an imperfect pitch?
This geezer can't wait to get out. Look at him, he's got about 10 years older. I mean, he looks about 16 now. Oh, what must it be like to be in there? I just reckon, this is... They're in there for about 2 hours, this would have gone on for. Ouch.
Guys, I really think you've got a good product here, and I think you can do really well.
I ain't buying it. Look at his face. Look, he knows that Tej is lying. He can also perceive deception. Look at that face. Look, that's the face you see in a bar of a bloke who's about to say, come on in, you want to take it outside? Look at him. Pursed up there. He's relaxed a bit now because he's just looked at Sarah, who's probably smiling because women tend to do that in social situations. They deal with things differently to men in general. So notice his eyes aren't at Tej now. This could be B-roll, but it seems pretty consistent with what's being said.
It's a shame because I just think you guys haven't represented yourselves good enough coming here. So, unfortunately, I'm going to say I'm out.
I'm dyslexic. So, for me, my saviour was...
Speak and spell.
As soon as computers came out, I learned to program because I could use them to get over my limitations. So...
Beginners all system instruction code. 10, print my name. 20, go to 10.
I actually like the idea of the product. But frankly, I can't just give you £100,000 because I like the product.
I think the product's awful. It's rubbish.
You've got a muddled business plan. You contradict yourselves, and I'll be trusting you to run the business.
What you're seeing is creative people here that know how to create products for children. And with the right people involved...
Again, it's, this is chapter 6. When they turn down your advances, go into I'm not accepting no for an answer mode.
We can get this to a mass market.
Oh, okay. In that case, here's the money. Does that mean we can get it to a mass market? Okay. No, you can't. You've proven that you can't. You've proven it.
I am going to stick to my principles because I think you're going to be high maintenance. I don't have to spend too much time, which I can ill afford. I can afford the money, but I cannot afford the time. And for that reason, regretfully, I'm going to say I'm out.
Look. Fuck you, Theo.
4 dragons have closed their books on a deal. The entrepreneur's hopes now rest solely with Tuka Suleiman. Has the high street...
Who just farted himself awake. Well, what day is it?
High roller read between the lines to reveal an opportunity others have missed.
I'm not feeling this build-up because when they build up like this, they do it for a reason. Nah. The Titanic's being launched.
Guys, I've listened to everything, and the big thing you've all missed out is retail. Because I see the vision, in a way, to build a product that's physical in their homes and they use every day. Whether it's a lullaby to put their baby to bed, or whether it's whatever.
What? Whether it's whatever or whatever. Okay, that's what everyone else missed out on. Selling. When he said, what? Don't do this, Tuka.
That's my vision.
What? Whatever. Great vision.
So I'm going to make you an offer.
Nah, he needs to have some kind of checkup. I mean, what's it going to be? One of these hang on, what, 2 mil valuation? He's going to get diluted all the way while they're spunking that money, walking around Soho going, no, we're in business. No, we're the future of child's education. Yeah. He's going to give them all the money. He's going to want... I reckon it's going to be one of those 40% jobs, or maybe there's 2 of them, maybe 30%, 33%, so they're all equal partners, but this is rubbish. What an idiot. I'm disappointed.
But it comes at a price. I'll give you all the money, but I want 25%.
You pair of pricks want to just say yes. You've got nothing. You've got nothing, and at least with Tuka, you've got 100 grand that you clearly need, and half a chance of whatever it is he's going to completely change your product and get you two running around like blue ass flies doing all the work, selling it.
You want to have a chat about it?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
No, like
Okay, 1 second.
they didn't even. They know they didn't even need that. Surely they're just going to come back and say yes. Pair of mugs.
A £100,000 offer for Ben and Lee.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Thanks for the subtitles. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, yeah, you really added to the experience.
It in exchange for 5 times more equity than the 5% share the pair were originally looking to give
If they turn him down, they're even more stupid than they are.
away.
Thanks for your interest, obviously, in the products. But I think at this point we'll refuse the investment.
Amazing! How insulting! Tuka thought he was being like Father Christmas then. I'm going to surprise everyone. Yeah, I'm going to buy it. And these two dillards have said no. Amazing. No one can believe it. No. Look at me, dude.
Fine. On that basis, I'm out.
Well, I appreciate your time.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Ben and Lee's reluctance to shake on a deal has written off the prospects of a dragon investing in their reading app. Despite a late plot...
I can't be doing with all this gibber. Let's see what happened to... What was it called? Rat Trap, Yap. See you in a minute. Well, I couldn't find anything about them on Companies House. I mean, they may have... You know, some businesses disguise who they are. They won't call it Yap Books Limited or something. It might be under some kind of shell company or whatever, but maybe they haven't hit the VAT threshold and they're not incorporated. I mean, this is their website, 408 subscribers. Their videos have had, I mean, these are 2 years ago, 1.9 views, 1.9 thousand views this one's had. This one's had 43,000 though. But then we're back to 400 views, 500, 100. Okay. Yeah. It's not looking so good. One that was made 4 months ago has had 24 views. So the ones that the business is a couple of years old, and I'm guessing it's not going very well. Yeah. Cheers, Yap Books. Ta-da!
Welcome to Yap Books, a place where you'll be able to experience a brand new world of learning through voice technology and animated video. We're proud to announce a brand new collection of teacher time lessons where you'll be able to interact, talk and communicate with our digital teachers through voice.
Sweet bit, sweet mama, sweet bit, sweet mama.